happens if you bring a wave crashing down on our heads.
We are doing it.
We like.
You are getting and so if you want to help me you, then like vote me into office. Challenge fucking accepted!
What's up, YangGang? So this has been a huge week for Andrew Yang and the YangGang. And when I say huge, I mean it's been huge. What do you think that the biggest thing that has happened in Andrew Yang's campaign this past week? Just in your opinion, yeah, the biggest thing.
There's so many. We're gonna go with Elon Musk. I think.
Shout out to you, Elon Musk, coming out for our boy Andrew Yang. We kind of thought it was coming. We just didn't know when it was coming. But I mean, it only makes sense. Come on, y'all. The dude is like uber smart. So, huge week. There's been a lot of pivotal moments.
H3 podcast. Make sure you stay to the end because we're gonna get into some news and some special things towards the end. So you'll see that later.
So we wanted to put this video out on Monday because it was such a huge week for Andrew Yang and for the YangGang. And we also wanted to do it on Monday because we have a lot to look forward to this week. Y'all, this week has not just been huge for Andrew Yang, but it has been huge for us personally. If you've checked out our one video where we caught the Daily Show recording their segment,
It was actually the Late Show.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's
close enough. Because this is more like I wouldn't say like a podcast, but like a conversation. We're going to just be discussing a lot of things to Andrew Yang. So we're going to try not to edit out anything unless like he picks his nose or something.
We're going to try to do this in order so that we don't skip anything because there's been so much. Picked up 100,000 followers. Not me. Andrew Yang. That would be awesome.
Yang.
We could push ours to 1,000 though. Y'all check us out at BBox Reality on Twitter. 100,000 Twitter followers. That was huge. This was after the debates. It's been a lot of pivotal moments. What do you think about Andrew Yang going after Donald Trump?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, personally, as a former Trump, lifelong conservative.
Right. I personally, I think it's great because you cannot win an election without going after your opponent. It's proven. You can't. Plus, the more he calls out Trump, the more Trump's going to start to realize that he's a threat. Then Trump's going to be talking about Andrew Yang, and then that just gets...
The moment Trump does not want to address Andrew Yang. Trump guy.
How does that make you feel as a super hardcore Trumper?
Well, I'm of two minds. No, I'm not. I'm of one mind. And that mind is telling me I think it's a good thing. Because we gotta punch up, y'all. We can't punch down. We can't punch laterally. Because if we do that, we don't get nowhere. You gotta punch up and you gotta go after the people who are the headliners. You wanna be on the main card, you better become the face of the franchise. So, I think it's a great thing. Because one of the reasons, and I saw something online, Andrew shouldn't be doing this. He shouldn't be lashing out at Trump. He's gonna alienate Trump voters, and he's gonna alienate the people who could come over from Trump. No, he's not. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of us, first of all, the ones who are more the centrist Trump voters, we're already moving over to Andrew Yang because the dude makes too much sense. We like the logic, we like the reason. There's a reason that people are coming over from the Trump side. And the longer that this goes on, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna clue you in. The only people that are gonna be left on the MAGA side are gonna be the MAGA people. Because the people who see reason, they're going to come over to Andrew Yang. Okay? And the people who are going to stay on the MAGA side, they're not switching sides anyway. So here's what we got to do, Yang Gang. We got to go after the low-hanging fruit. And by low-hanging fruit, I mean the people who are devoid of anything political. Because they're so, disenfranchised. They don't think their vote's going to matter. Those are the people that we need to go after. Those are the people that we need to convince. Most of those people are the broke folk vote. So if we can connect with the broke folk vote and get them to realize that this time their vote actually does matter and that there's a real option. A lot of people voted for Trump because they didn't like Hillary. Plain and simple. There's no way in hell, I don't care if it would have been Donald Duck. I would have voted for Donald Duck over Hillary Clinton. That's just my view. Some of y'all like Hillary, that's fine. Jeffrey Epstein liked Hillary too. Too soon? Okay.
Right, let's move on.
Moving on. So we kind of wanted to try a little bit different format today. And just kind of have a what we like to call a roundtable discussion. I don't know if y'all can see our roundtable, but y'all are part of it. So a roundtable discussion and just get into some of the things that are super exciting for us, super scary for us. Y'all stay till the end. Y'all, we'll get into that here shortly. Major life changes coming up for us. So y'all make sure you stay tuned. You think that Elon coming out was huge? I think that H3, Ethan, coming out for Andrew Yang on the H3 podcast.
I like how we call it coming out. Coming out for Yang.
It is what it is, y'all. So, I think that was huge, especially for the gaming community. Listen, I'm 43 years old, and when I was young, long time ago, I remember the Atari. We're in the Xbox world now. We're in the Xbox PlayStation world. But, you know, our generations grew up on video games. Andrew Yang will be the first to admit that he's nerded out a time or two on video games.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. And so that's huge, because video games are a huge part of the fabric of our society now. And I think that that's really huge for... I just flipped the bug right off of me, y'all.
Right there.
Okay. So I think that's huge for the gaming community, because a lot of us are the gaming community nowadays.
Yep. Even 43-year-olds.
Even 43-year-olds. I just don't have time. I just don't have time to play video games, but I still love them.
Me too.
Love me some Hearthstone. Shout outs to Hearthstone. Fourth qualifying poll. Now, listen, the Elon Musk endorsement was huge, and that...
Ethan's endorsement.
How do you do it? Huge. Talking about a huge week. My boy Boyce does it a lot better. His Donald Trump... Look.
Oh, it's huge. Huge.
Huge. Fourth qualifying poll. Elon was huge, but not as huge as that fourth qualifying poll, because that fourth qualifying poll keeps us in the public eye. Now, we had already made the decision that even if Andrew Yang didn't qualify for the later debates,
Even though I knew he would.
yeah, we knew he would, but we had already agreed that even if he didn't, that we were still going to push his presidency, and we were still going to get the word out about Andrew Yang, because it's that important. But we also knew at the same time that as soon as people listened to him on these early debates, he was going to steal the show. And we believe that he did. And his followers and supporters have borne that out. So now we get to keep him in the public eye. And now it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Y'all, he may get so big that not even we can get an interview with him. Because He's making a lot of waves right now. 4th qualifying pole was huge. Notice how MSNBC still doesn't want to cover him.
Well, actually, he was on, they still don't, yeah, obviously. He was on MSNBC this morning. I think the only time they want to put him on is like 6:30 in the morning because who's up that early?
I didn't get my morning Joe that early, I'm sorry.
Some of us are, but yeah, they did give him a little interview this morning. I don't know if you caught that. It was pretty good.
In this episode, we're going to get into a lot of the stuff that has made this week huge for the YangGang, and we're also going to get into some of our highlights. You know, we've been doing this channel for a couple months now.
2 months.
2 months.
It feels like a year, honestly.
2 months.
I feel like we've been doing this forever, which I think is a good thing.
It is. It means we're making a lot of memories, y'all. And y'all are a part of those memories. And we're giving you those memories by bringing you the footage that we're bringing you. And we want to get into some of the highlights that maybe set this channel apart. And we're going to show you the evolution of Andrew Yang's campaign up to this point, and the great moments that we've captured on this channel that nobody else has captured. And we're going to show you those highlights. What?
I was just thinking about the breakfast. What I said at the breakfast. We'll get into that.
Campaign stories, y'all. Y'all stay tuned for the campaigns.
So embarrassing. Like, I don't even want to put it up here, but I feel like I just kind of have to because it was so awful and embarrassing. But first, let's get back to Andrew Yang.
Iowa State Fair this week. Y'all, if you didn't know the humanity of this man before today or before the Iowa State Fair, y'all take a look at this clip.
My beautiful 4-year-old daughter, Dayla, was struck by a stray bullet March 2011. My son, my daughter's twin brother, witnessed what happened that day. She died 2 days later. Firearms are the second leading cause of death for children and teenagers in the U.S., but 4.6 million American children live in homes with at least one gun that is loaded and unlocked, and hundreds of them gain access to a gun and unintentionally shoot themselves or someone else every year. As president, how would you address unintentional shootings by children?
Thank you for that. Can I give you a hug? Would that be appropriate? I have a 6- and 3-year-old boy. I was imagining. I was imagining it was one of them that got shot and the other saw it. I'm so sorry. The biggest downside of running for president for me has been that I don't get to see my family very much. So I get pictures, I FaceTime, I see pictures of my boys, and just that scene that she described, I'm sorry, it's like very, very affecting. You're right that when there's a gun in the household, you're more likely to have a child get shot or the owner get shot than to kill, let's say, an intruder into the house. Those are just numbers.
You see the humanity that's just...
It's genuine. It's real. It's very touching.
You know, we have kids. And this is what got him, y'all. When you start talking about your kids, it becomes real. I can't imagine my kids in that situation. I don't want to imagine your kids in that situation. And I damn sure don't want to try to imagine what this lady is feeling. I love my guns. Okay? And anybody that has guns, we love our guns. Part of what makes America great is that we can have those firearms to hunt, to target practice, stop intruders. But when it comes to a point where this kind of stuff is going on, y'all, we got to start thinking in a different manner. We can't keep doing things the same way. And I feel like Andrew's come out kind of hard. You know, he's kind of taking a hard stance, and a lot of people don't like that.
But us being conservatives for so long and very pro Second Amendment and not having any restrictions on owning guns, we are standing with Andrew Yang on this one.
For the most part.
For the most part.
For the most part. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow for our conservative friends out there who are in support of Andrew Yang. And I've seen the comments, and you know, y'all, Andrew's not going to take away your guns. Okay, he's not. The gun issue is, I feel like, kind of like the abortion issue.
Mm-hmm. Two totally different things, but...
Two totally different things, but what I'm saying is the genie's already out of the bottle.
Right.
Y'all, we are not going to change these things in America. It's just going to keep going back and forth. Republicans are going to keep fighting the abortion issue, and the left is still going to want the abortion issue out there. Same way with guns. It's the same way. It's not going away. So even if he comes out in a hardline stance, you already know that the NRA is going to lobby. You already know that all this stuff's going to take place. So stop sweating it so much. I feel like Andrew Yang is coming out with some pretty common sense stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, it's steps that we can all take as a society to better ourselves, to prevent some of these tragedies. And I feel like mental health is one of those huge things. And one of the big causes of exacerbated mental health issues is people's finances.
That's a huge one.
You know, people will feel like they don't have any way out, so they target, they lash out. It's misdirected anger, you know, and I feel like the mental health issue is the issue that needs to be addressed, and I feel like that would be greatly reduced under the freedom dividend.
Yeah.
If everybody had $1,000 a month,
Mm-hmm.
extra, how do you feel that that would lessen maybe the anger and the violence?
Well, obviously, a lot of crimes are committed. Even a lot of murders are committed due to lack of financial security. So make people more financially secure, you automatically reduce that. There's no question about it.
Right. And you know, even fans of Star Trek out there, even on Star Trek they have phasers. Okay? They still have phasers. You gotta have protection. And the Second Amendment was instituted primarily as a safeguard against the tyrannical government. some of which we've had.
Yeah.
But what we need is a peaceful revolution. Y'all, we can have a revolution in this country without ever firing a shot. Because what we do is we evolve human consciousness. We move human consciousness forward to where we all evolve together. And then there's no need for a violent revolution. Y'all see the stuff that's going on in Hong Kong? Craziness. And this is going on in a lot of places in the world. The world's going crazy. But we have the opportunity by electing Andrew Yang as president to avoid a lot of the stuff that we're seeing in other countries. The world looks to us. The world looks to us, America. We need to be the example, and we need to get Andrew Yang elected. And we need to institute this freedom dividend, because this is not just about America. Other countries will follow suit. And we get a lot of comments from people in other countries who tell us, listen, if y'all don't elect Andrew Yang, y'all are crazy. Because they know how important this is for their society, for the population that they live in. Because if we institute a freedom dividend, the rest of the world is going to fall to UBI. And there's poor people all over the world that could be helped by this, by the concept of universal basic income. The machines are taking over. Somebody tweeted at me today, just this morning. It was a mower, you know, because I used to be in landscaping. And it was a mower that you just turn on, mows your whole yard for you.
Robot mower.
They don't need us anymore, y'all. They don't. They don't need the most common job. There's a reason why they're automating this stuff away.
And you already see it happening. You see it in Walmart, you see it in McDonald's, you see it everywhere. And it's not like it's gonna happen overnight, like all of a sudden everybody's working, the next day they're all laid off and robots have their jobs. It's gonna be gradual, but there will be a point where it just, and it hits that point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slow fade to start with. And the slow fade is happening now.
Yeah.
And we need to either get ahead of it, or y'all, it's gonna get really, really bad. They're already working on self-driving delivery people. It comes right up to your door, hands you your food. No need to tip the guy that's coming and bringing you pizza anymore. It's gonna soon be automated away too. What we're seeing is real, y'all. This is real. And you'd have to have your head in the sand not to see it. 10 years ago, if you walked into Walmart, there were 20 lanes open in a big Walmart. 20 lanes open. Cashier at every one of them. If you go into our local Walmart right now, there are maybe 2 or 3 cashiers. The rest of them are self-checkouts, with one person standing there manning it just in case somebody needs help. For those of you out there who are saying, oh, technology is just going to create more jobs. Well, yeah, not really. It's going to create jobs. A few. But for every 19 of those cashiers that you just put out of business, you got one person now running all those things. That doesn't sound like a very healthy ratio to me. And you're telling me that all those people who just got put out of work by those self-kiosks, you're telling me they're going to go into the STEM field? 8% of jobs, y'all. 8% are in STEM fields. 8%. That means 92% of y'all, we ain't getting jobs in the STEM field. I'm not learning to code at 43, and I damn sure don't want a government guaranteed job.
And also, let's touch on Bernie Sanders real quick.
Bernie.
So his biggest thing is a $15 an hour minimum wage.
Love you, Bernie.
I mean, he is progressive, and you know, now his ideas are being taken more seriously. but he's still, like someone said, he's still stuck in the 90s. Like his solutions would work in the 90s, but it's now almost 2020. So a $15 an hour minimum wage
by 2025, mind y'all.
Right, is not gonna help everybody. It might help a few, but in the big picture,
grand scheme of things.
Yes, it's only helping a few. Because even when I was a server, I was averaging, even though I was getting $2 an hour, I was averaging $16 an hour, and I was still struggling. So.
And that's with both of us working at.
Right. And I believe the $15 an hour minimum wage is not gonna raise server pay. It's been $2.13 for how many years now? They're never gonna raise that. Some states do require the minimum and tips, but most states are $2.13.
Right. So basically, the $15 an hour minimum wage is good in concept, in theory, but it's not going to help the vast majority of people out.
And think about people like us. Our full-time job now, we are content creators, and
we work for y'all, YangGang.
Yeah, and we spend all of our time doing the videos and campaigning for Andrew Yang, telling everybody we know, because it's so important that he gets elected. So how would a $15 an hour minimum wage help us?
It wouldn't.
Not at all.
It
because
wouldn't.
Our work is valued at
$0. That's what our work is valued at by the marketplace. The only reason that we have any value is because y'all support this channel. That's the only reason. Our market value is $0. So $15 minimum wage, how does that help us? It doesn't. It's gonna be okay for some people, but I promise you one thing. If we had a $2,000 freedom dividend, we wouldn't have to worry about not being able to make the bills so that we can create this content for you. We wouldn't have those worries.
And it's not that we are being lazy and not working. We're not contributing to society, because we are contributing. This is the most important work we can do right now.
Absolutely. You nailed it right on the head. And listen, y'all, this is no lies. There are some days that we put in over 20 hours, but we don't see any of that as far as like a manifestation in actual hourly wages. We don't see that manifestation. The only manifestation that we see is when y'all donate to this channel.
And I want to say thank you.
Yes.
So much to y'all that have donated. It really means a lot. It's like, yeah.
Y'all don't know. Like, our last video, we got 16,000 views. And we maybe got 5 donations.
So if we're getting into the donations right now, I do want to mention, I think it's weird. And I wanted to ask you what you think about it. But back when we were getting about 1,000 views per video, we were getting maybe 20 donations per video. And now our videos are up in like the 10,000 range, and then we'll get about $30 in donation from that video. So I don't know, we are making better videos, I think. They are slightly different than our older videos, but they're better. And what do you think is the reason why the donations are not coinciding with views at this point? What do you think is causing that?
You know, I don't really know, to be honest. Because it's like you said, we're putting out better videos. We're bringing you exclusive content. You know what? I think now would actually be a good opportunity to show y'all some clips of the footage that we've brought y'all so far. The highlights of this campaign and the evolution of Andrew Yang and the YangGang. Y'all check these videos out. She's really good at the claw game, you know, where you try to take the claw. Claw. Oh! Ah! Are you okay?
I don't know yet.
Ah!
Is it bleeding? I'm trying to.
Not
stick
even
with the time
waiting
as
for
best
our
we can.
national governments to catch up. We should have a Pittsburgh.
Gang, gang. How we dizzies, right? See what we've done. Now it's up to you to do your part. See us? Garbage.
Yang bucks trickle up.
Andrew Yang.
That's right, Andrew Yang.
Do you like?
My cousin Donnie, who was a Vietnam vet 15 years ago, his last act
So excited.
that he did. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Yang! And I am the man for that job because the opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian man who wants mad!
It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. We got in last night about 1 o'clock. And it's gonna take us 2 hours to get down to South Carolina.
It's cool because I've got two little boys like you on the computer. That makes any house cool.
Doing it, man. We are doing it.
Thank you. We are doing it.
We
We're
love
doing
it,
it for
man.
you, little guy. Yes, we are.
So it's been really cool. Like, we came down to South Carolina and met you at the fish fry. I was that nervous Trump supporter that was like, I was like, blah, 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 and I swore to myself I wouldn't do that this time. So anyway, since then we started a grassroots YangGang channel on YouTube, and we uploaded your video this morning, and we've already got just about 300 views since 5 o'clock this morning. So we're
We have to fight for a brighter future for the people here in South Carolina. We have to fight for a brighter future for the people of this country in 2020. I'm thrilled to join you in this fight. Let's take the country forward in 2020. Thank you all very much.
Let's go, Andrew!
It's Andrew Yang. He's actually running for president in 2020.
okay.
Look at the money he's got.
Thank you.
Gang bucks trickle up.
Later you were in line. The last one in line.
Oh, now we got a new last one in line. Thank you.
You are so sweet.
We are live. Y'all crushed it. Y'all supported this channel. We are well up over 1,000 people now. We are a third of the way to Oregon for the rally. My gosh, y'all, happy 4th of July. We just wanted to jump on here real quick and give y'all a quick live stream and show you how excited we are and how proud we are of you, the YangGang, the supporters of this channel, because without you guys, man, this doesn't exist.
I was telling people when you walk, it makes me want to put a soundtrack to your walk. You got that soundtrack walk.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
I cannot believe you guys came here this way. Give me a hug. Come back to you. No, I hope you have a good time.
Most Americans are turning on these debates and they're not coming away being like, yes, I'm inspired by both our political process and that's not the reaction Americans are having. Fine solo today or you
flying solo.
Okay. I appreciate your time. I also appreciate your wife
Thank you, Chris.
Kate, you're gonna go on that side. It's not left. It's not right. It's forward! Let's go, YangGang! Yeah! Yeah! We're YangGang! Yeah! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang!
So as you can see, YangGang, we're bringing the heat. So if y'all can donate, we sure do appreciate it.
All the links below.
Now imagine, if you will for just a moment, putting in all this work and you get a call. And it's your landlord. Mind you, your bills are paid. No problems. Always been good. Always paid the rent on time. And getting told that I need to talk to you. Can you please get your wife out here as well? That's what happened to us.
This was just the other day.
2 days ago. Which is one of the reasons that we didn't bring you a video yesterday, a bonus video. We were told that we need to move because of a family member's health problems. In Seattle, they need to move here, and apparently our house is the only place that that person can go. So we have to move. You know, when we first started this channel, we said that we were not going to move out of our 1-bedroom duplex here. We weren't going to improve our lives in any way. We were going to keep doing the same thing that we did when we had jobs. Nothing's changed. The only thing that we've upgraded, y'all, is our equipment. That's the only thing that we spent money on, and that's only to bring you a better viewing experience. And we were going to keep this place so that we would have minimal bills, and it was just like the perfect location for us to just stay and until Andrew Yang gets elected and we could get that freedom dividend. Now that's been taken out of our hands. But I want you to know something, Yang Gang. So I want you to know something. It doesn't matter where we are. If we're in a car, that's where we are. It don't matter. We are still going to keep bringing you the heat. We're still going to keep bringing you all the Andrew Yang coverage that we possibly can. We got to do it from a hotel room. That's where we'll do it. Because we love y'all. And we love Andrew Yang. And we believe that no matter what's happening in our lives, that is the most important thing, is getting people to realize that this has to happen for this country. So we appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. We appreciate y'all going on this journey with us. Listen, some of y'all have been there from the very, very beginning. Since video 1, when we were putting out some... We thought they were awesome, but they were awesomely trash.
Yeah, but going back and looking at them, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch those. But also, speaking on us having to now move, he basically told us it needs to happen as soon as possible. I'm not sure what that means.
He didn't give us a time frame, y'all.
He's probably not going to go through the legal eviction process, and we don't want him to, because we have a very good relationship with him. He didn't even want to tell us that he needed us to go. He was upset.
He was upset.
He said, I love y'all. Y'all have been good to me, but, you know, I don't have any other option. That's my sister. So I was like, well, yeah, that's totally understandable. It sucks for us. But
at the same time, listen, y'all, family is the most important thing for us, too. That's why we're fighting so hard every day, and we're fighting for y'all.
And y'all are family. That's what's awesome. The YangGang is a big family. It's going to be amazing when more than half of this country is YangGang. And we're all just this big, happy family.
Go after the low-hanging fruit, y'all.
And I am a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So there is a reason we are moving on from this place. I mean, we've been here for a year and a half or so. And we love it, but there's a reason. Bigger and better things, I guess.
We trust the universe. We trust the universe. And it's going to be for our benefit. So we appreciate each and every one of you that watch this channel, that share our videos. The more people that see these videos, the more people are woken up to Andrew Yang. We are yanging people every day, y'all. And when I'm talking about we're yanging them, we are yanging them. It's all yang all the time. We yanged them in Detroit, we yanged them here, and we'll yang them in the next place. So just as we always do, we're going to bring you the best Andrew Yang coverage. Speaking of bringing you the best Andrew Yang coverage,
South Carolina.
This
Coming
week,
up in a couple days.
Couple days.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. There will be 3 events that day, and we're going to cover them all for you. We're going to get you the exclusive interviews, and the 25th, he'll be in New Hampshire. Again.
So all these 7 events that are going on in New Hampshire, unfortunately,
because of life transitions, we may not be able to make this one.
We got to worry about getting a place to live and stuff.
So, but we will work it in, and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're gonna bring you the coverage, regardless. I don't care if we're putting boxes in the car. We're gonna talk about Andrew Yang. We're gonna bring you the best Andrew Yang coverage. Speaking of the best Andrew Yang coverage, who doesn't love to laugh? So right now we want to get into like our funniest campaign stories. So in your mind, we've had a couple. What is the funniest time that stands out to you on our time on the campaign trail?
Funniest? I could tell you like 2 embarrassing things that might be funny to other people, and when I look back, it's also funny to me. Okay, the first time we met Andrew Yang.
Now I gotta tell this story.
Okay.
Listen, y'all. This is the future president of the United States, right? We're at a fish fry in South Carolina. Now, if you know anything about Southerners, we are all about some hospitality. Only this one took the hospitality a step too far.
Oh, no, I don't think it was too far. It was...
No, we're meeting the future president of the United States. He doesn't know us from Adam's house cat at this point in time. This is the very first time that we've met him. I mean, I almost peed on myself the first time I met him. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, there's Andrew Yang.
So when how about when he walked up to Andrew Yang, he's like, he's trying to talk, and
it was bad.
It was funny.
It was bad. And I told myself the second time that I met Andrew Yang that I would not do that again. And I still did. He's just that type of dude. We love you, Andrew. So he's done with his speech. People are lining up to greet him, and he's talking to people. And we finally make our way up to him. We just left the fish. We're getting our fish. This one's got a plate full of fish, right? Some of it's like eating off of, it's on a plate.
You're exaggerating.
I'm not exaggerating, y'all. So we get up to Andrew Yang and we're talking to him, and she's like, you want a piece of fish? Oh my gosh. How do you offer the future president of the United States a piece of fish off of your plate?
Southern hospitality.
Knows no bounds.
You offer even if you know they're gonna say no, because it's the right thing to do. It was the first thing that popped in my head.
Like, you don't think that man's gonna have his own fish plate? Or,
I mean, thinking back, it's like, no, why would you accept half-eaten fish from a stranger?
Poison, future president of the United States.
Oh.
Made me die 1,000 deaths, y'all. That was hilarious. My favorite story from the campaign trail was I thought I was being clever. So we're on the streets with Andrew Yang in South Carolina, and we're going around talking to people, and I'm over there at one of these stands with Andrew, and so I'm gonna be clever, and I'm gonna steal one of his lines. So I kind of nudge this dude, and I'm like, hey, and I pointed at Andrew, and I'm like, you know what the opposite of Donald Trump is? He's like, nah, what? I'm like, it's an Asian man who likes math. Ah, and Andrew busts out laughing, you know, just like, that was the first time he'd heard it. So Andrew goes off, and I'm trying to yang these people. So I'm standing there talking, and y'all know how animated I get. So I'm standing there talking to these people, right? Well, flashback to this clip.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. This is my wife. Here's part of the YangGang. These, you can have them.
Now, as you can see in that clip right there, somebody had gave me an almond, and my mouth was so dry. It was like chewing up gravel. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to talk to these people, and I've got this leftover gravel in my mouth. And as I get more and more animated, I see a piece shoot out of my mouth, and it lands on this dude's sunglasses. So I bust out laughing, right? And he just like leaves it there. He just like, he knows it hits, because I see his girlfriend go. And I start laughing, and I'm like, bruh. I was like, you know, you want me to get that for you? You want me to get that off? You want to get it off? He's like, nah, bro, it's cool. I'm like, it's so not cool. I just spit on your glasses, and I called attention to it. So it's okay. We both agree that it's there. So can we just, like, I'm really uncomfortable right now talking to you with my something on your glasses. So that, to me, that was one of the most hilarious times. But then we had our embarrassing moment with Andrew. The real embarrassment.
Oh gosh. So let me just start by telling you a little story from a month or so ago. We're sitting outside. Little YangGang comes up. He says something. And Russell says, you remember whose loins you came from? And little YangGang goes, Andrew Yang? No! He was like, okay, who's your dad? And he goes, Andrew Yang. And we busted out laughing. It was funny.
It was hilarious.
Because, you know, he's little, and he knows we talk about Andrew Yang a lot. And
All
that
the time.
was just the first thing he thought of. So then,
Lost in translation, y'all.
the second time we met up with Andrew Yang,
This
is an unaired clip that I never wanted to see the light of day.
It was unaired for a reason, y'all.
So embarrassing.
So now you know the story, the background story. Of how this all came to be.
I don't want to do this. So bad.
Here's how it came out in translation.
For you.
What did he say the other day?
What?
We were talking about, he said, well, remember who you came from. And he said,
Oh.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah, no, we were talking in the morning. It was funny. Yeah. I said, son, remember whose loins you came from? And he said, Andrew Yang. I was like, wait, what?
That's like, yeah, that's the wrong answer.
All right.
So, how's that
Not
for
quite
embarrassing?
what was planned.
He said, what did you say? We were talking about this just yesterday. It sounded like an indecent proposal. It just didn't come out right. Totally embarrassing. I hope Andrew Yang does not remember that.
I hope not too, y'all. But if he doesn't, we sure as hell just reminded him.
If he watches our videos any or sees any clips, there it is, Mr. Yang.
It was not an indecent proposal.
No, no. I mean, if there was one of us that wanted to sleep with Andrew Yang,
It'd probably be me.
for sure.
Rush.
Moving on.
We probably pretty much come to the end of the video, y'all. So what we do want to leave you with is a highlight reel of some of our best bloopers. And if y'all don't see the one where the math shirt was backwards and
gosh,
the Andrew Yang
hilarious.
shirt was backwards because we didn't flip the camera,
That's our funniest blooper. Like, I think, we think. Y'all let us know what you think, because we died laughing when we watched it back.
damn.
Don't give it away.
Y'all see it at the end. It'll be the last one. We love you, Yang Gang. See you in South Carolina. Shout outs to our new
Patreon. We do have a new Patreon here. And then we also have another Patreon.
10.
10. I don't know if we shouted you out, 10. I'm sorry.
If we didn't,
Because I don't remember.
we apologize. There's an error on our part. We love you.
Shout
Thank
out
you for
to
your
you.
support. And guess where else we're going to yang them?
South Carolina.
Ah, fucking fun. So I guess we need to start, right? Hey, our microphone should be here today. Do that clap again. What we call breaking down the fourth wall, like Andrew Yang was
Break
talking
down the
about.
fourth wall.
We're up here with no makeup on, and
Have a little.
yeah,
I still don't have a tie on though.
no tie. I don't know if it would look good. Okay, we're gonna try to do this in.
This video and I can finish, but I can't sing in this video anymore.
Okay. At the beginning of these videos, so we're gonna try out a new segment at the beginning.
What's the name of it?
YangGang.
Oh. As you can see, my phone just hit the concrete. But now we're back.
YangGang, so good, and then these are the
Oh gosh.
coffee.
Alright. Bug. Big bug. Big bug.
Attack.
Damn.
Damn.
No, you were very slow.
Good night.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Ew. Ah!